On a frigid January evening, the skies above Washington, D.C. bore witness to a horrifying tragedy. It was January 29, 2025. American Airlines Flight 5342, a Bombardier CRJ-700, was on its final approach to Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport. The plane carried 64 souls, all eager to reach their destination. At approximately 8:47 p.m., disaster struck. The CRJ-700 collided with a U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter hovering above the Potomac River. The impact occurred at a chilling altitude of 400 feet just moments before the plane was scheduled to land. The collision sent both aircraft plummeting into the icy waters below. The force of the impact shattered the stillness of the evening, echoing across the water and reaching the ears of horrified onlookers. First responders rushed to the scene, their hearts heavy with the knowledge that survival was unlikely. The Potomac River, now a scene of unimaginable devastation, became the focal point of a nation in mourning. American Airlines Flight 5342 originated from Wichita, Dwight D. Eisenhower National Airport in Kansas. The flight carried a diverse group of passengers, including a contingent of young figure skaters from the Skating Club of Boston, union steamfitters from Wichita, and individuals from all walks of life. Their journeys, hopes, and dreams were tragically cut short that fateful evening. The U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter, with a crew of 3 experienced soldiers, was on a routine training mission. The helicopter was operating under visual flight rules, meaning the pilots were relying on their vision and onboard instruments to navigate. Their mission, a testament to the constant training required of our armed forces, ended in a way no one could have foreseen. The Black Hawk, known for its versatility and reliability, was a familiar sight in the skies above the nation's capital. The helicopter's presence was a reminder of the ongoing work to protect and defend the nation. On this tragic night, however, the Black Hawk's flight path intersected with that of Flight 5342, resulting in unimaginable consequences. News of the disaster spread rapidly, casting a pall over the nation and sending shockwaves across the globe. President Trump addressed the nation, expressing his profound sorrow and offering condolences to the families of the victims. His voice, heavy with grief, reflected the collective mourning of a nation grappling with a senseless tragedy. American Airlines CEO Robert Isom issued a statement expressing the airline's deep sadness and pledging full cooperation with the investigation. The Federal Aviation Administration and the National Transportation Safety Board immediately launched separate investigations to determine the cause of the collision. Expressions of sympathy and support poured in from world leaders, offering condolences and prayers for the victims and their families. The global community watched in horror as details of the tragedy unfolded, united in grief and seeking answers to the question that lingered in the air: how could this happen? As investigators began piecing together the events leading to the crash, several factors emerged as potential contributors to the tragedy. One area of focus was the use of night vision goggles by the helicopter pilots. While these goggles enhance vision in low-light conditions, they can also impair depth perception, especially when judging distances of approaching objects. Another factor under scrutiny was the staffing of the air traffic control tower at Reagan National Airport. Reports indicated that a single controller was responsible for managing both helicopter and airplane traffic that evening, a task usually handled by 2 controllers. This raised concerns about potential understaffing and its impact on the controller's workload and ability to effectively manage the busy airspace. The FAA's designation of Reagan National Airport as capacity constrained further fueled concerns about the demands placed on air traffic controllers. This designation reflects the airport's high volume of traffic and limited airspace, factors that could contribute to increased pressure and potential errors in communication or coordination. In the wake of the tragedy, the nation mourned the loss of 67 lives, each a story left unfinished, a future unrealized. Among the victims were 2 Chinese nationals, their journey to the United States tragically cut short. Philippine Police Colonel Pergentino Malabed Jr., a respected officer known for his dedication to duty, was also among those lost in the crash. The crash claimed the lives of 6 members of the Boston figure skating community, including 2 teenage skaters, their mothers and 2 coaches. These individuals, united by their passion for skating, were on their way to a competition, their dreams and aspirations soaring high. The crash also claimed the lives of 26-year-old Azra Hussein Raza, 4 members of Steamfitters United Association Local 602 and 29-year-old helicopter crew chief Ryan O'Hara. Each life lost represented a unique individual, loved by family and friends, their absence leaving an unfillable void. As the nation mourned, it sought solace in remembering the lives lost, honoring their memories and offering support to those left behind. The city of Wichita, Kansas, home to many of the passengers on Flight 5342, was particularly hard hit by the tragedy. The tight-knit community struggled to comprehend the magnitude of the loss, as grief and disbelief washed over the city. Churches opened their doors, offering solace and support to those seeking comfort in the face of unimaginable sorrow. A prayer vigil held in the city council chambers drew hundreds of mourners, their faces etched with grief as they sought solace in shared mourning. Candles flickered, casting a warm glow against the darkness that had descended upon the city. The vigil, a testament to the community's strength and resilience, provided a space for shared grief, remembrance, and hope. Local businesses displayed signs of support and condolence, their messages reflecting the shared sense of loss that permeated the city. The Wichita community, known for its Midwestern values of compassion and unity, rallied around the families of the victims, offering support, love, and a shoulder to lean on during this difficult time. The Skating Club of Boston, which lost 6 members in the crash, was devastated by the tragedy. The club, a pillar of the skating community, was known for its commitment to nurturing young talent and fostering a love for the sport. The loss of these individuals, who represented the heart and soul of the club, left an unfillable void in the skating world. Olympian Nancy Kerrigan, a prominent figure in the skating community, expressed her profound grief over the loss of the young skaters and their coaches. Her words, filled with emotion, reflected the collective sorrow of the skating world as it mourned the loss of promising athletes and dedicated mentors. The skating community, both nationally and internationally, rallied around the Skating Club of Boston, offering condolences, support, and tributes to those lost in the crash. The tragedy served as a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of cherishing every moment on and off the ice. As the nation mourned, investigators worked tirelessly to determine the cause of the collision. The recovery effort, hampered by the Potomac's frigid waters and strong currents, continued for days. Salvage crews carefully extracted wreckage from the riverbed, hoping to find clues that would shed light on the moments leading up to the crash. The NTSB, the lead agency in the investigation, focused its attention on the black boxes recovered from both aircraft. These devices, which record flight data and cockpit audio, held crucial information that could help investigators understand the sequence of events leading to the collision. While the investigation was expected to be lengthy and complex, the NTSB vowed to conduct a thorough and transparent inquiry. The agency aimed to provide answers to the families of the victims and the public, hoping to prevent similar tragedies from occurring in the future. The Potomac disaster served as a tragic reminder of the importance of aviation safety. The incident highlighted the crucial role of air traffic control, pilot training, and airspace management in preventing accidents. The investigation's findings, once released, were expected to lead to changes in regulations, procedures, and technologies aimed at enhancing aviation safety. The tragedy also sparked a national conversation about the balance between national security and civilian airspace safety. The presence of military aircraft operating in close proximity to commercial airliners raised concerns about the potential for accidents, particularly in congested airspace. The Potomac disaster, while a tragedy of unimaginable proportions, served as a catalyst for improvements in aviation safety. By learning from the mistakes of the past, the aviation industry and regulatory agencies could work together to ensure safer skies for all. The memory of those lost in the crash would forever serve as a reminder of the importance of this mission.